Earlier this week, NYSE-listed Herbalife announced that soccer legend Cristiano Ronaldo invested $7.5 million into its Pro2col technology. But that's not the only reason its shares popped by more than 18% yesterday. Joining me now to share more is John DeSimone. He's the CFO of Herbalife. John, welcome to NYSE Live.
Oh, thank you, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
John, can you share more about Cristiano Ronaldo's investment in Pro2col?
Sure. Cristiano, he was ahead of his time in measuring what's going on in his body before a workout, during a workout, and even after a workout, and then taking that data and creating a supplementation regimen that can help him perform better. And it's worked really well for him. He's an elite athlete at 40 years old. And Pro2col is our technology that's designed to take those elements to the consumer. What health and wellness has always been grounded in measurement, right? It used to be just a simple scale, or how fast did you run a 5K and am I getting quicker, or how much weight did I lift? But what a consumer can measure today is exponentially greater than what they could measure even 10 years ago. With all the wearables and AI and its ability to track micro and macronutrients through meals. And what Pro2col is attempting to do is take all that input from a consumer and then help a consumer create a supplement regimen. And I actually think we're on the forefront of the next wave of innovation in health and wellness, because it's not just going to take all that immense data and create a supplementation regimen. We're going to have the ability to create a unique supplementation formula just for each individual. So actually, you could take your inputs and we can create a supplement formula just for you. And we can do that through another acquisition that we purchased last year called Link BioSciences. So I think the vision of what Cristiano Ronaldo has done his whole career is really connected to the vision of what we expect Pro2col to be and what we expect it to take to the consumer. So it was really a shared vision that made the partnership work.
All right, and you just released earnings a few days ago. We saw your shares pop more than 18% yesterday in its full session. What should investors take away from the report?
Well, we have a lot of momentum coming into 2026. We've had a lot of improvements in our performance over the last 8 quarters. Last 2 have had reported growth. We're expecting growth in Q1. We're expecting growth for the full year in 2026. So a lot of the initiatives the company has put in place over the last 8 years is starting to be seen in its results, and we're taking that momentum into next year. So I think we're in a good cycle.
Right. You put out growth guidance for 2026 of 1 to 6% of net sales. What does that mean for the company?
Well, like I said, we got a lot of momentum. I think a lot of our initiatives are working. We had 6.5% growth in the fourth quarter. 6.3% growth in the fourth quarter. We're projecting 3 to 7% growth in the first quarter, and like you said, 1 to 6% for the full year. I think, like I said, we have good growth trajectory right now, and so it puts us in a strong position.
What problem is Herbalife solving for clients?
Well, health and wellness is a growing space, but it's also a very complicated space. What do you take? What do I measure? How do I know what's right for me? What we're bringing to the marketplace are solutions that can be designed specifically for you and on your needs. So we're trying to take this complex category and make it simple for a consumer. An all-in-one solution, the technology you need and the products you need and the community you need to take it with, so that you have the discipline and the accountability to stay on the program.
And John, how have Herbalife's offerings been impacted by the rise of GLP-1s?
Well, we're health and wellness. I think, weight management companies have been impacted, but I think one of the unique benefits of Herbalife is we're a functional food company, and one of our top products is a protein shake. And I think protein shakes work really well with GLP-1, because some of the challenges of consumers have on GLP-1 is muscle mass loss and bone density loss. And we can provide the macro and micronutrients, including the protein somebody on a GLP-1 program needs, through a very low calorie, easy to take delivery form. So I think we can work in conjunction with GLP-1, not as a competitor to GLP-1.
And what is next for Herbalife?
Well, in the summer, we actually launch in the U.S. that personalized supplementation program where consumers can use their inputs, including biomarkers from blood work, and create a personalized supplementation just for them, so they can get an individual packet with all the supplements they need for a day in powder form that they can put in a shake or put in a drink and take. So like we'll have that uniquely designed formulation capability available to the public come the summer.
All right. Thank you, John DeSimone, CFO of Herbalife, for joining us on NYSE Live.
Thanks, Ashley.
Earlier this week, NYSE listed Herbalife announced that